Welcome back to Phoenix English classes. Today we are going to start with a new story, The Rat Trap, which is prescribed for the students of class 12 CBSE board. The book is Flamingo. The story has been written by Selma Lagerlof, a Swedish writer. And the story is so good and so impressive, and against a kind of proverb that is spoken in almost all the languages and in all the countries, in all the societies, you can hear it. Nature never changes. And this story is against that proverb with a proof which shows what cannot be done with human endeavor. The sky is the limit. But the workmanship, the humanity is beyond the limits of the sky. This story establishes the very fact. And because of this universality, this story has been translated in almost all the languages of the world. And we are going to read this English story or the adapted version of the story as a part of the curriculum of CBSE board class 12. Today we are going to have a proper introduction of this story, because the story is important not only for the examination, for the board examination, but it is also important in context of the learning. As I always say, literature is not to read, literature is not to study, but it is to live. And I know all of you are going to live this story in the coming future. Either you will be a part of it or you will be a silent observer. It will give you some instruction for life. And for the sake of all these things, I have decided to first complete the story with an introduction, in which I am going to give you only the outline of the story, and you will come to understand what is the very long and short of this story, and why I am saying, or the people say, or your board has decided it to be a part of your study. This is the story of a rat trap peddler. Nevertheless to say, he is poor enough to support himself, and he is the lonely fellow. He does not have any family, he does not have any relatives. He is just a street walker, a kind of a vagabond, and to make the both ends meet for himself, for that single man, he is fully dependent on making, manufacturing and selling the rat traps. And you can easily understand, you can easily guess how hard the life could be for a man who is fully based on a profession that is not profitable at all, even if the raw material is got almost out of cost, because he arranges the raw material, the wire, like the iron sticks and nothing else except of all these raw material that is obtained by that rat trap peddler almost for free to make a living. How hard it would be, though it seems that he does not have to spend any money, spend even a measly pie as his investment for the business, yet there is almost no buyer no customers or no regular customers who can buy rat traps. Yet he was dependent on that business because he knew only that much, how to make rat traps, and walking around like a vagabond, he sold them. And for the raw material, he is dependent on two things. The two things are, one, by begging. He begged from the people. If they had some wire, etc., at their home, at their houses, in their factories, he would ask them to give him for the sake of doing something good for a poor man. And in this way, he got the raw material. Then there is another way, there is another source. You can hardly say it's source, but it was source. He did small thieveries, small thefts. If one is not ready to give him the wire he wanted and it is there in his shop or in his factory or in his house, he managed to make a thievery, to steal it from there if he could. These were the small thefts he made, and somehow he was dragging his life as anything. The life was miserable, monotonous. And if you are so alone, so lonely, and living a so monotonous life, one thing is always with you if you have a little bit of mind and you can think of. So he started a new thing in his life. He started to think. And one day when he was lost in his own thoughts, he thought that although he was a rat trap peddler, yet he was a kind of philosopher also, because he could well understand the idea of this world to be a rat trap, where rats are the human beings. And as a man puts bait in a rat trap to catch the rat that would ultimately cease into the rat's death, in the same manner, all the people in this world are caught in a rat trap, and the baits are money, food, home, luxury, and all those different things that we lament for, that we cry for, and that we endeavor for. We want to have something in life. Once it is attained, we want the other thing in life. One day when this rat trap peddler, when he was in his amusement, a sort of amusement that he became used to of, that he thought of the things like this, that this world is a rat trap in which all the human beings are caught like rats, and all the things that we want to have, that we endeavor for, that we lament for, that we long for, they are only the baits, like we put baits, the cheese, pork, or something else, it may be a piece of bread, as a bait for the rats, so that they should be caught in the rat trap. In the same manner, this world is a big rat trap in which we are caught. Thus, it was amusing for him, and in a way, he found a peace of mind that those who scolded him, those who disliked him, those who abused him for almost nothing, they were the rats, and they were trapped in this world. He was walking along the road as a vagabond, and he reaches a hovel. It was a poor hovel, it was a poor hut. In the shadows of evening, was already started to fall. He thought of knocking at the door. If not to be welcomed, maybe that he could get a cold reception there, because it was not the house of a well-to-do person. The poor people can believe that poor people can understand their own plight and can relate their own plight with another poor person. We are all alike. We are the same. When he knocked at the door, a poor old man came out, and contrary to his belief that someone would look at him as a stranger and would not like the idea that at this time of the end of the day someone has knocked at the door, but it was quite contrary to it, his thoughts, his anticipation. The man became very happy to see that there is a stranger, and he wanted to stay there for the night, because this poor old man was also a lonely person. He did not have a family, he did not have children. He was happy to find someone to whom he could talk that evening and could talk in the night also, and he had another person to talk to. He received him with joy and happiness. He not only gave him place to rest, to sleep, but also served him food that he had. He at once managed to cook porridge, and after the meal they smoked tobacco. Then they started playing a game of cards, that is Majolus. They started playing it, and ultimately when it was the time to sleep, they were talking to each other. And the man said that in his prime of life he was a crofter at Ramsjo's Iron Works. It means he was an employee of Ramsjo's Iron Works. But now, because he did not have that much of strength left in his body on account of the age in which he was at that time, he could not do the work, because it was the work of strength. Now he was fully dependent on his cow. He was making a living on his cow, and this cow that he called the Bossy. He called his cow the Bossy. She gives enough of milk to support the man, and he earned with the help of this cow. And he said that you would not believe, last month I had made 30 kronos. That was amazing. There was disbelief in the eyes of the stranger, the rat trap peddler. And on seeing that he does not believe, the man did not believe him. He stood from there, went to a window on which there was an old pouch hanging on the wall. And from that pouch, he produced 3 wrinkled notes of 10 kronos each. He showed the bills to him. Now the man believed. He put the bills back in that pouch and hung it on the wall in the same manner as it was hanging. Now they slept as usual. It was the time. It shows that the old man believed him. Although he was a stranger, yet he believed him. He was sympathetic, and he received him as a guest. In the morning, very early in the morning, both of them got up. The housemaster, the old man, the old crofter, had already got up, and on seeing that the housemaster had got up, The stranger also got up, because it was not good that the housemaster was up and you are still lying on the bed. That was not a civil thing. That is not a good thing to do in anybody's house where you are a guest. He also prepared himself, because he knew now he was in a hurry to milk his cow, and because the housemaster was leaving the hut, he should also leave with him, because he had also to go his own way. Now, both of them simultaneously went out of the house, and before leaving the house, the crofter locked it from outside. The door was locked properly. The crofter went his way to milk his cow, and the vagabond took the opposite way, his own way. And soon the hut was all a solitary house. Half an hour later, that rat trap peddler was seen again at the house, but this time he was not standing at the door. This time he went to the side window, he broke open the window pane, and the next moment the pouch was in his hand. He opened it, put all the 3 notes of 10 kronor bills into his pocket, and hung that pouch back to the same place. And the next moment he was gone from there in a hurry, because he had once again stole something, and this time it was not the wire or the iron sticks that were almost junk. This time he had stolen money, 30 kronors. That was a great amount. That was a very big amount, because it was the earnings of the month for the old man. But he did not have any thought like this. He thought that how smart I am and how foolish that man was. He was also very much careful. If the old man comes back earlier than he had expected, what would happen? And if he would have seen the pouch and the broken window, because if he would see the broken window pane, he would surely check on his money. He would surely check that if the money was safe or not, and as soon as he will find the money gone, he would certainly complain it to the local police, and the police can come after me. So in order to save himself from being caught and to avoid any kind of risk that could be there, he left the main pathway and entered another way that was from the middle of the jungle, from the middle of the forest. Up to now everything was all right, but as soon as the time passed, he realized that he had forgot his way. He did not know where he was. He was lost in the jungle. And after walking a lot, he was sure that he was completely lost, and he did not know how to come out of this jungle. He was helpless. Once again, the shadows of evening began to fall, but he could not get the path from where he could have an exit from the forest. After all his efforts, he understood that every time I start walking, I come back to the same place. He was only circling round and round in the jungle on the same path, and he could not find a way. Now he was tired. hopeless and helpless, and once again thought of the same philosophy which he enjoyed, thinking about other people, that they are caught in a rat trap. He found himself to be caught in the rat trap, and the bait was the 30 kronor bills. If he would not have stolen those 30 kronor bills, he would have taken the right course, the right path, and would not have fallen into such a mess. But what could he do? He sat down under a tree and started thinking. He started praying God, as if he were praying God for being merciful to him, and if he would save his life, he would not do such kind of things, stealing from others or conspiring against others, dodging others. As if his prayers were heard, after a few minutes, he heard the sound of the anvil, as you can hear in the background. Sure, it was from some forge, some iron work, and he started walking in the same direction from where that sound of the hammer and the anvil was coming. Following the sound, he reached Ramsjo's ironworks. And here ends the second part. The only last part of the story, an introduction, is to be added. I would try to explain it in the next video, so that the introduction should be completed in 2 videos. The second part is more important. It is the climax of the story, the second and final climax of the story. We will try to understand the whole story in these 2 parts of the introduction video. Till then, goodbye. Wait for the last part of the introduction.